Hello there, I'm Chef Johnny, your ultimate beef-loving Texan, and I'm back here with another great recipe. Guys, I'm gonna make some chuck roast tacos. They're great. I'm using a Chilorio sauce. Gonna show you how to make that sauce from scratch with dried peppers. So stick around, come see how I make these fantastic chuck roast tacos with the Chilorio sauce. These are actually prime cuts that came from our local grocery store. We're gonna season them up, put them on the barbecue pit. Could you do it in your oven? Sure you could, and on your stove, but we're gonna get these seasoned, we're gonna get them cooked, and then we're gonna make some fantastic tacos with a purple cabbage and cilantro slaw to go on top. It's a great recipe. Come in here close. Let me show you how I season these and how we get them onto that barbecue pit. So what we're gonna do is I got a salt, pepper, garlic rub. Guys, just use your favorite rub. And this is a nice big piece of meat, so don't worry about it. You're not gonna overpower it. But I'm gonna get the SPG, come back again, just layering flavors. Use your favorite rubs you like. All that's sprinkled off the edges, just pick these up and pat it on there. If you wanted to use a binder, that would work perfectly fine. A little olive oil, a little mustard, whatever you use. But that's ready. When these go onto the grill, we're gonna scrunch these together, right? They're gonna cook like you put them on there. So scrunch them together, help them hold moisture. Cook a little more evenly, but we're gonna let these sweat a little bit. I'm gonna go check. We got an offset cooker going today, guys. So we're gonna go over there and get them on that. I'm cooking with oak and a little bit of mesquite. So let's let these sweat a little bit and see if the pit's ready to go. Here we go. Let's get this pit open. It is running pretty well. I got these two chuck roasts gonna go. I'm gonna sit them right in the center of this top rack. And it's running a little over 250. I like to run 250 to 275. Again, scrunch them up where they're nice and tight. We're running oak and we're running mesquite. These are gonna be great. About an hour and a half, we'll take a look at them. We may spritz them a little bit, but also what we're gonna do is eventually we're gonna wrap them to finish them off and tenderize them. So get it closed up. We'll see y'all in about, hour and a half, 2 hours. We're gonna get this Chilorio sauce made for these tacos. This is just packed with flavor. I've got 3 different dried peppers. And don't be scared to use dried peppers. I love using them. I have got some chili pasilla, some chili guajillo, and chili ancho. But the different ways you can do it, sometimes some people will toast them whole, which is perfectly fine, or you can just take off the stem, open them up, and kind of get your seeds out, and then toast them. So it's kind of your preference, but just open them up. You can see your seeds there, and I'm gonna drop them in a bowl here, but just shake your seeds out. And then we'll go into our pan that we're gonna make our sauce. And you wanna toast these. We don't wanna, be careful not to burn them. They will burn, but you're gonna start smelling the aromas from these peppers. It's gonna start activating the oils in them, and it's just gonna rejuvenate them. Then we're gonna put them in some water and we're gonna rehydrate them. Let me get the rest of these done. I'll get right back with you, but I had 6 ancho, 4 pasilla, 2 guajillo. I have all these cleaned up now, and I'm just gonna take them, put them in here, kind of press them down onto it. And again, we wanna reactivate the oils. And we're also gonna rehydrate these, but we wanna toast them a little bit first. It's just really gonna add to the dimensions of flavor. These are toasted up well. I'm gonna add the other ones back into it. And I'm gonna come in here with 4 cups of water. So the amount here is not important. It's the fact that you have enough to cover your peppers and rehydrate them. We're gonna get these out and put them into our blender. And remember, don't throw away this water. You're not gonna use it all, but you are gonna use part of it in that sauce. Now, our other ingredients is a half a teaspoon of cumin or cominos. We have Mexican oregano, 2 teaspoons. Black pepper, coarse salt. I have 12 cloves of garlic. They're peeled. Oop, one's trying to run away. Got it. And I'm gonna put in some white vinegar, very traditional. A cup of it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a little bit of our chili water. Just enough that we're gonna make kind of a slurry. And about that much, I would say less than a cup. If we feel like we need more, we have it, but we're gonna blend this now really good. And we're just gonna blend it till there's no more pieces. We want it to be a total liquid. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pass this through a chinois. It's a very fine mesh strainer, but we wanna get out all the particles, right? Because we want a nice, smooth, silky sauce. So hang on to that. And just get a ladle, right? And what you can do, it's a good way to work it out of that chinois or your fine mesh strainer. We have got some beautiful color on these chuck roasts we have. They're in that 165, 175 range, so a great time to wrap. Guys, I do not normally wrap to temperature. I wrap to color. When they look right, I wrap them. So we're gonna take it, I think I can put them both inside this same wrap. I'm just gonna stack them, come up here, get a good twist so that they don't leak on us. And I'm gonna put some beef broth in there with it just for moisture. We just take it, seal it off. This is gonna go back on the pit, hour, hour and a half. When these get up to that 200, 205 range internal, they're gonna wanna fall apart. That's when we're gonna wanna get them and start making them with our Chilorio sauce for our tacos. So let's get them back on there, and we're gonna show you how to make the slaw that's gonna go along with these wonderful tacos. We've got a lime, and all I'm gonna do is zest my lime. And we're gonna use the juice also. And I'm just gonna bring my cabbage back over here and just, there we go, lime zest. That green's really gonna set off that purple cabbage. Take my lime, roll it under my hand, just to loosen up those juices. And I'm gonna put the juice of this lime inside of my slaw also. We want about a quarter cup, so really that's probably 2 of these small limes. So it's there. Next thing we're gonna go with is some green onions, and I'm gonna use the stems. And I'm gonna cut these, I say on the bias or diagonally. So I'm gonna kind of, first cut, I'm kind of discard those. And I'm gonna come back, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go thin slices that are diagonal to get this. Because I don't want anything real thick, and we're gonna use the stem off all 3 of these. Some nice small pieces of onion. And we're gonna use all of that. There's a third of a cup. I doubt there's a half cup in there. Now, dice up our jalapeno. I do not want a big chunk of jalapeno. I don't want anybody to get a big piece. I want everybody to get small. So when I cut my sticks to come back, I'm gonna do them nice and thin so that it is possible to cut them real thin coming this way. So got a nice small amount of our jalapeno. It's going in. Now I'm gonna come back, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just gonna eyeball it, right? It's in there. And the last thing I'll do is I'm gonna put in some cloves of garlic. And we're gonna mince, I'm gonna run them through a press or mince them really, really fine. All right, our minced garlic is in. So let's toss this. It's coated well. Now we're gonna come back with our cilantro. I do not want stems, I want leaves. Stems are great for some applications. They are not for this slaw. So I'm gonna take my bunch of cilantro, and kind of what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut the top off above those stems. Roll them up tight, and do a little ball, and then I'm just gonna cut them. That's great. That's in our slaw. We'll show you the final step of mixing the chuck roast with the Chilorio sauce and get those together. Well, here we go. They are off the pit. They've been about an hour and a half in the wrap. So we're gonna get both these chuck roast out. If we go inside, look right here. You can see a nice smoke ring. That looks real pretty. Now we're gonna take this and reintroduce it back into the pan and to the Chilorio sauce, right? I want it to be nice and tender. Look here, guys. Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful, it still is hot. It's been resting for a while, but we still are hot. I'm just gonna kind of slice them. Chuck isn't the most tender cut, so Don't want to go with the grain. Want to kind of cut across it. We're heating up my pan. I'm going to take some beef tallow. And basically what we're going to do is kind of start frying this in beef tallow. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my beef and drop it back in on this beef tallow. Right there. Tongs. And I'm going to let it just kind of start frying in that beef tallow. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my Chilorio sauce and I'm going to pour it right on top of my meat. I'm going to introduce the two of them. Turn it down a little bit. This is adding some tremendous chili flavor to it. And we're just going to toss this together until it kind of adheres to our chuck roast. And could you use it with the other cuts of meat? Sure you could. I mean, you could do this with a ribeye. You could do this with brisket. Whatever you wanted to, but a chuck roast is, love cooking with chuck roasts. They're packed full of flavor. You do have to do a slow cook or a braise or something like that really to tender them up. But what we're going to do is we've done this, and we're just going to stir it till it's stuck. When it gets stuck, we're going to bring it out. Turn it up here, maybe y'all can see it a little better. Kind of what's going on here, but you can tell that chili sauce is attaching itself. Now we're going to take our chuck steak that we've covered with our Chilorio sauce, drop it into these tortillas. Got that fantastic chili flavor to it from our pasillas and our anchos and all that. Now remember, you can find this recipe on beeflovingtexans.com. And we'll take some of our purple cabbage slaw, dress it up on top. Has those green onions in it, has our cilantro, lime juice, garlic. Tell you what, that is a pretty taco. I think these are beautiful tacos, guys. I love doing them this way. It's just the flavor is out of this world. So we've got it. We've got a nice tender chuck roast. We're going to give it a try to see how it works with this purple cabbage slaw, but I bet you it's great. Let's give it here. I tell you what, it's every bit as good as I thought it was going to be. Chuck roast, very tender, clean bite through. Chuck roast was cooked properly. The slaw complements it very well. That tartness from the lime and your lime zest and everything else in there just works well together. This is a great recipe, sure to impress friends and family. You can find it at beeflovingtexans.com. All type of information over there about cooking beef, nutritional information about beef. If you're scared to cook beef, go over there, get some recipes, give us some try, because I tell you what, folks, beef is a fantastic, nutritious meal. They are packed full of vitamins and minerals, and you need to be sharing some of these great beef recipes with your family. So thanks for stopping by. I always do appreciate it. I'm Chef Johnny, the ultimate beef-loving Texan. Appreciate you being here. We'll see y'all down the road. So long, everybody.